Hi everyone, it's Jesselyn. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited that you are joining me on this beautiful Monday for some more positivity and encouragement. It is going to be a wonderful week, y'all. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below so you can stay up to date on all of the videos that I post after this and any of my content. So a little title for what I'm going to be speaking with you all about today is Rewrite Your History. And this pertains to stuff that your family struggled with, stuff that your great-grandparents struggled with, stuff that your mom and dad struggled with, and that you saw growing up, that you felt like was a toxic or sad or hard cycle that they had to go through. You can break that off of your life through God and through His strength. He's going to take you out of these situations and out of these hard times and out of these struggles and bring you to heights that you cannot imagine. He's not going to leave you in these hard times. And your family members, your great-grandparents, if they could see the big things that He's going to do in and through your life, they would be blown away completely. You have great, amazing things in store for you. And I cannot wait to share with you about how you can rewrite your history and break generational curses off of your life. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, as I mentioned before, we are going to be talking about rewrite your history. Really, I just want to empower you and let you know that the stuff that you saw growing up that upset you, that saddened you, that bothered you, all the toxic things that you may have seen your parents do, that you don't have to do those same things. You can break that cycle off of your life, off of your children's life, so that they don't have to go through the same type of things or do the same type of things that they saw growing up. And really, some of that was a huge struggle for me because growing up, I would see a lot of arguing, a lot of fighting, a lot of anger in the household at times. And it honestly tried to rub off on me. I could see myself, 18, 19, 20, just being overcome by anger about simple things or getting into it with my fiance about stuff that was not a big deal whatsoever. But because I was surrounded by that and because I had seen a lot of that growing up, it seemed normal to me. But I had to realize within myself that I don't have to be that way. I can choose to be a different way. I can choose to start a cycle of patience, a cycle of love, a cycle of caring and uplifting, rather than being quick to be angry or quick to start senseless arguments. And I'm not here to say oh, I'm perfect, I never get mad, because that would be a lie. I am still growing and learning and getting better every single day, but I do slip up. So don't ever beat yourself up when you're working towards bettering yourself, you're working towards breaking a cycle in your life, you're working towards becoming more kind or more patient or more loving when you didn't see love modeled for you growing up. And you mess up sometimes. Do not beat yourself up, because we learn every single day and we constantly get better, but we are not perfect by any means, and we are going to mess up and we're going to fail. Just know that in those moments, all you have to do is pick yourself up and start again. There's always tomorrow. There's always another chance. You never run out of chances to better yourself or to keep doing good. So even in those moments where you feel you messed up or you feel defeated, keep going, because that's how you rewrite your history. That's how you break those cycles. Anything that you struggle with is more than likely something that members of your family have struggled with. And so you can take all those moments that you saw as a kid that were hard moments, or where your parents may have messed up and they were upset, or they were continuing a cycle of anger, or arguing, or aggression. You can take those moments and use them as a learning experience on just doing the opposite of that, Whatever you saw that upset you growing up, just take those moments and flip them around and do the opposite of what they did. Do your best to really be a great example for your children and give them the peaceful, loving life that maybe you didn't have growing up. And so I just want to really encourage you. If you haven't started doing these things and you notice stuff in your life that, yeah, you know what, I do get really angry easily, or I fly off the handle about the smallest stuff, or I don't really have patience, or maybe I'm not loving this person the right way. Anytime that you catch that, or if you notice that about yourself, then just make a plan to start heading in the direction of how you really want to be, of how you really would want your kids to see you being, because they're going to want to model whatever they see you do. So if they see you being loving and kind to others, being kind to strangers, giving of your time, giving of your money, if you see someone in need, if they see all these things, they're going to want to do the same. And I feel like that's how we can really make our world a loving and peaceful and kind world, is just by doing those things. If you're loving someone else, then they're going to want to love on someone else. You can be an encouragement to people just by your actions, just by what you do. You don't have to sit and tell someone, oh, be this, this, and this way, because they can see how you are and they will want to do that. They will want to love other people. They will want to know what you have that makes you so different, that you're so loving and kind to people despite anything, despite your upbringing, despite the hurts that you've faced in life, and despite your struggle that you may be going through right now, that you are making the conscious decision to rewrite your history by choosing love, choosing peace, choosing grace for other people. And that's a huge one for me, because you can see so many people online and they just don't have grace for anyone else. You can see a post that is supposed to be a positive post and you'll see people complaining and spewing negativity underneath and starting arguments and just not even thinking, like, what were these people going through that made them have to go through that, or made them have to face whatever they were facing? They don't offer grace to people where there needs to be grace and forgiveness, because ultimately we don't really know what people are going through and why they make the decisions that they make. And all we can control really is ourselves. You can only control what you say. You can't control what someone else says or does, but you can choose to be loving, kind, patient, and just nice to them, even if they're not being that way. Don't let negative people drag you down into negativity. Rise up and rise out of those situations. And anything that you struggle with, I would encourage you to write down what you struggle with. For me, honestly, one of the biggest things that I struggle with is just impatience and anger in traffic. Okay, that is like one of my biggest ones right now. And God has just been speaking with me, be patient, because I don't know why the traffic's going slower. And ultimately it could be because God didn't want me to get in a wreck down the street. And so there's traffic here making me go slower. So I won't get in that wreck that I could have got in if I was in a rush and I was hurrying and there was no traffic here and I just hurried around these people. Like, you don't know the things that God really saves you from in those moments that you get irritated or that it's taking a little longer than you expected. And so just write that down. Like, I would write down impatience, anger, and traffic, and then write down other stuff that you know that you can do to calm yourself in those moments so that you already have that in your head on what to do. Like, for me, I would put on like worship music and just get immersed in like positivity and thinking about, like, God created these people in love and he loves them. He doesn't want me over here yelling at them out the window, throwing up all types of hand signs, all that type of thing. He doesn't want me treating them like that. So ultimately, I have to think about that in those moments and find my peace. Write down whatever you can, whatever you can do to find your peace in those hard moments for yourself. If you find yourself getting angry with a friend because of XYZ, write down anger with my friend, and then write down what you can do in those moments when you get angry with your friend to keep yourself from being angry and just being loving rather than blowing up or exploding. And so that is my biggest challenge for you all in this video, is just think of all the ways that you can overcome your history, your family history. If your family has struggled with alcoholism, you can write that down and then write down what you can do so that you won't struggle with that. Or write down if your family struggled with doing drugs. Write down all the reasons why you will never struggle with drugs and how God has brought you out of these situations and continue to be a generational curse breaker for your family, because you want your children to have the best life. You don't want them to have to struggle with things that your family has struggled with for so long, or stuff that even you have struggled with. Just know that this is a new day for you. And if you have been struggling with stuff and you haven't been trying to stop it or even really thought about it, this is your wake-up call. You can stop doing X, Y, and Z, whatever has been plaguing you, whatever's been coming against you, the bad things that have happened in your life, the bad cycles that have happened in your family. You can overcome them. You can rise above them because you are a capable, smart, amazing person. And you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And I would encourage you to write that down and tell yourself that every single morning if you have to. Because sometimes in life we can feel down and we can feel like, I probably can't accomplish what I've wanted to accomplish, or I probably can't do that, or my family history is too extensive. I don't know if I'll be able to overcome that. But you can. And all it takes is just waking up every single day, no matter how you feel, telling yourself that you are going to do these things and that you are going to be this way. And write them down and journal for yourself. Just get all of your feelings and what you've been going through out onto paper. And then write down positive affirmations that you can tell yourself every morning, so that whenever you come up against a battle or a hard time, or you feel yourself slipping, that you can be reminded that you can do anything and that you have strengths inside of you that you don't even know. And all you need to do is activate them and keep telling yourself daily that you can do these things. And when it's hard, and if you need someone, reach out to someone and talk with them. I'm sure that there are friends or people in your life, or even I would be happy to listen to what you have going on. Because sometimes it's hard to rewrite our history, especially when there's been so much bad history. It seems like an endless pile of trash that never ends. But little by little, day by day, you taking the time to do just one little thing like that in the morning, or journaling to remind yourself how far God has really brought you and how you are continually breaking cycles. Just do whatever it takes and don't stop and don't give up. And if you mess up, there is grace, endless grace for you. So just get up and keep doing it and keep going towards it and keep meeting your goals. I am so happy that you all took the time to watch this video and to spend this time with me. And I'm really so excited to see and hear about all of the curses that you are going to break for your family in your life, and all of the ways that you're going to rewrite your history, and that it is just going to be a beautiful, amazing, wonderful life for you, your children, and your family. I am rooting for you all, and I wish nothing but the best for you. I love and care about each and every one of you, and I truly hope that you all have an amazing and wonderful week. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and like this video so you can stay up to date on all of my videos and any content that I post, you guys. Thank you again, and have a blessed week.